Hello and welcome to Branag's Reviews. Today I'm just going to be doing a very quick video talking about No Time to Die. Obviously, this is something that I've been talking a lot about on this channel lately as things kind of ramp up for the second attempt at a release for this film. I say second attempt, I mean there were delays prior to the one that we saw in April, but obviously that was imminently coming out and trailers were rolling and the music video at the time for the Billie Eilish song was out as well. And obviously all that got cancelled. So here we are now in the November, which it was originally delayed till November now. So this is the only delay that we've had because of this. Hopefully there won't be any more. I've been expecting them to, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case now, as the release of the film is just over a month away, 12th of November in the UK. Today's the 1st of October. The reason I do this video specifically today is because the music video for the song, the theme by Billie Eilish, like I say, has been re-released. Now I say re-released, I was kind of curious because this was like a big announcement saying that this was going to be released today, 5 PM, 1st of October. But I'm thinking, I'm kind of getting deja vu, obviously. Stupid kind of to think that, but I was just kind of assuming the music video would be the same one, but obviously they kind of put a big announcement out about this. So my question was, is it going to be the same music video? Well, it's not. It's a different music video to the previous one. Quite interesting because obviously they've re-released the trailers in the last few weeks. I think I might have spoke about that on the channel. And the theme of the trailers was quite different as well, the tone, and this is something that I can't remember if it was Calvin Dyson over on his channel had made a point about how the new trailers seem to be more focused on the sort of drama rather than the action quite as much. Or was it the other way around? I can't remember. I seem to find that it seemed to be more focused on the drama. That was my kind of take on it. But I'm definitely getting that from the music video, that it is, in contrast to the previous one that they released, which did seem to be just more generic sort of clips from the trailer, lots of things blowing up and things like that, whereas this trailer seems to be almost telling a story of the film, the story, whatever it's going to be, between Bond and the Leia Seydoux character. So that seems to be more of a focus in this music video, and it just seemed to go a lot better with it as well, because just the song itself kind of lends quite well to that. And obviously the colour spectrum of the video just seemed to have had the colours reduced quite a lot. The previous music video, for example, you had Billie Eilish kind of singing the song, obviously, wearing this, from memory it's kind of oriental looking, I could be misremembering, but I remember it being quite a red dress that she's wearing, whereas in this one it's almost black and white. And a lot of the footage from the film is looking that way. It's been kind of filtered down, so the colours aren't quite as strong. So I don't know what that means in terms of maybe they're trying to market the film slightly differently for whatever reason. I'm sure there's some science behind it, that whether it's legitimate or not, that they're going for. Maybe they think that what people are really wanting at the moment with everything they've been through this year, what they're wanting to get out of a cinema trip, whether or not this is kind of catering to that, I don't know really. I'm kind of theorising quite a lot there and I don't really know what I'm talking about, but there might be something to it, let's just put it that way, as to the reason why they've made the changes to the music video. I say the changes completely reshot. I mean, it's not just they've taken the existing footage that they used from the previous music video. It's completely different. It doesn't seem quite as ambitious as well. It looks like this could have been just filmed in a very small studio with Billie Eilish. There's not a lot of scenery, whereas in the previous one I seem to remember she was walking around and she was in this big grand room with pillars and so on and so forth, and like I say, it was very colourful and that, whereas this one just seems a little bit more dialed back a little bit. So for whatever reason anyway. But interesting, the comments on the YouTube, it was on, I watched this via Billie Eilish's own YouTube channel, and the comments on there were quite interesting because there were about 2% of the people were saying, oh, this video is like really good, the song's good, we're looking forward to it. About 3% of the people were saying, oh, this song's terrible, it's awful, she's horrible, the film's going to be horrible. And then the other 95% was just bots, comments from bots. It was quite interesting. I don't know if that's going to change, but if you're watching this video sometime shortly after the music video gets launched, just look in the comment section on Billie Eilish's video for this, because it's funny, just some real random stuff on there. But it seems to be fairly well liked anyway. I mean, I tend to find that people, the haters of anything, tend to usually be the ones that are the loudest. Not always, but usually. And this does seem to have a bit of a mixed balance, assuming that the positive comments aren't bought and paid for. It's hard to tell. Barely even worth mentioning, to be honest, because if it's bought and paid for, it kind of makes the whole conversation pointless. But yeah, I feel positive about the film coming out for November now. Like I say, I've been very sceptical up till fairly recently, but I'm kind of basing my my newfound confidence in them. I'm basing that on just the fact that they seem to be confident themselves in that they're marketing this film, and it costs a lot of money to market these things as well. So I don't know if they're just going for broke and just throwing everything they've got in this, hoping that it does actually get a release and that people are able to go see it without too many restrictions upon them, because more restrictions means less people in the cinemas on a number of levels. So hopefully it does get a release, and hopefully it does really well. So pretty much all I've got to say. I'll kind of leave it there. I did mention that I know as well the press has been carrying on with the usual stuff about who's going to be the next Bond. I saw some big article up today as if it was breaking news that this is Daniel Craig's last Bond film, as if we didn't already know that. It's crazy what they're putting out there, as if it's either total rubbish or stuff we already know. Obviously, I talked about the Tom Hardy thing recently. It's based on nothing. That, you know, that story's just gone like massively viral, and it's just getting repeated and repeated as if it's some kind of studio confirmation, when it's not in the slightest. It's highly unlikely that Tom Hardy would play Bond given his age, but you can watch my previous video on that anyway. Interestingly, I did actually do a video about 5 years ago talking about the exact same thing, because back in 2015 when Spectre came out, he hadn't really said that was his last film. It was kind of thought it probably would be, but not like this one where they've said, no, this is his swan song, this is Daniel Craig's last Bond film, then he's not coming back for another. 5 years ago when Spectre came out, we didn't quite know that. It was kind of assumed it would be, but again, there were options, and they were speculating on who the next Bond is going to be, and like I said at the time, it's years away. It's going to be years before that gets announced. I even said it'll probably be 3 years until the film comes out, the very earliest, so 2018, because 2015 when I said this. So they're not going to announce it for a year before that, so at the very earliest it'll be late 2017 when we get an announcement as to who the next Bond was. And I was right. September 2017, Daniel Craig, that was when he announced he was coming back. So, you know, that tends to be the case. This is way too early to be speculating on all that. But anyway, that's not the point of this video. I might do a follow-up video on that subject if things develop, but I don't see how. But yeah, like I say, optimistic that the film's coming out. Looking forward to it. I'm going to get the tickets booked as soon as they become available. I imagine that'll be in the next few weeks. And yeah, hopefully we get to see this in November. Thank you very much for watching Brandix Reviews. You can follow us on YouTube, obviously, Instagram and Facebook. But for now, I will leave it there and say thank you very much for watching. Hi guys, currently in production. We are proud to announce that this year we are going to be doing the 8th annual Halloween BXR special. It's been pretty much a tradition on the channel ever since we began back in 2013, that every October leading up to Halloween night itself we do a video or a series of videos, usually it is the latter, talking about our favourite scary movies and other moments in pop culture history. You can go back on the channel and check out our previous ones. I'm going to set up a playlist in the playlists section for our Halloween series. This year, obviously, we're going to be continuing that tradition. I'm going to get myself, my co-review of the core, involved in this. It's currently in production, as I say, and there may even be some Topher jokes thrown in too.
Well, you see, we already know that satellites with infrared heat sensors can detect a nuclear missile in flight by its tail fire.
And how are you today?
Someone